Hello there, this is Killer Squirrel from thegamingstandard.com, and this is a World v World Basics video I'm going to do for you guys just so you can get a handle on it, maybe learn some things. Alright, well this is the map of World v World, very clean, very nice. You'll see the outside three borderlands in the top, the left, and the right, and then the Eternal Battleground here in the bottom center. Then on the outside left is the green map, in the top center is the red map, and then all the way on the right over here is the blue map. Now, this map is very clean, so let's take a look at the real map. This is what it looks like on the real map. This week, CSROs just happens to be on the blue borderland on the right here. Okay, and Sox is on that in that server, so that's where we are. And you'll see they'll show up everything that is owned by the blue team will show up as a blue little icon on the map. Everything that's red will show up as the red team owns will show up as red, and the same again for green. And you'll see a bunch of different little icons on the map, and I'll go over what they are now. Okay, first up for the World v World icons is going to be your supply camp. Okay, supply camp is where the supply is on the map, where it originates from. All right, and this is the least to the most valuable. So you'll see next up is a tower, and then the keep, and then finally the castle. The castle is the most valuable. If you control the castle, you're going to get a large amount of points for your server on that map. I'm not going to go into the amount of point value for each one. That's for another video. But just know that the supply camp is the least valuable and the castle becomes the most valuable. All right, now I'll go over some other icons you see. This is the battle icon. Now you're going to see a battle icon whenever there is a battle going on between your team and someone else on that map. It could be an NPC or it could be the other team. So whenever there's someone on your team fighting, you're going to see this battle icon. Next up is the sentry. Now sentries are little waypoints along the way on each road that the supply caravans are going to come across. So they do help to control. Next up is your supply caravan, and supply caravans move across the map, so you'll see exactly where your supply caravans are at each time. And it's kind of valuable to save these guys because it brings supply to your towers and your keeps. Okay, and finally, this is the commander icon. The commander is a person on the map in World v World that can create squads. Squads are parties of up to 30 plus members. They don't show up on your map or on your screen, but they are there, and they get their own separate chat, which is yellow. A commander is a good person to follow around. They're considered the leaders on the map, and you'll follow me. You can follow me around. I am a natural squirrel, so you can see me on the map. No matter where you are in Guild Wars 2, if you hit B, you will bring up this World v World stats and bonuses map. And this will tell you where you are and how you're doing, your server's doing in World v World. Now it's pretty easy to follow. You'll see in the bottom left corner, you'll see a pie graph of how your server's doing currently right now. So you'll see that currently CSRs is controlling about about a third of the map. And then also you'll see in the bottom right how many camps, towers, keeps, and if you're controlling the castle or not. It'll also tell you how many of each one you're controlling and then how many points you're getting at that moment. So currently, CSR is getting the most amount of points at 290. I don't really want to get into too much about points, but just know that's where that is. Also, you'll be able to see how many total points you get and where you're getting your bonuses from right in the center. Another important thing that you can see on this map is who's controlling the orbs. Orbs are important things that are a one per map. Okay, the orbs give you more points. They add to your health. They give you extra bonuses throughout the map, and they show up as little stars. You'll see that right now CSRs has 2 and Sanctum of Ra has 1. They're right under your server name and how many total points they have right now. So that's just important to keep an eye on as well. If you're looking on your map, this is what the orb looks like. It's a little star on top of a platform. All right? When you first map into World v World on a battleground that is not yours, this is what you're going to see. So I don't want to get over into too much on this, being that this is mostly self-explanatory. And feel free to pause the video and look over it at your leisure. But I do want to go over the fact that you'll see here I have labeled other players not in your party. Players that are in your party are going to show up blue. Players that are not are going to show up green. Okay, now when you spawn into your server's map, it's going to look like this. You're going to spawn into the Citadel. Okay, I'm not going to go over what the icons are, but I do want to point out some things that are different. Note here where the Lion's Arch portal is, and that you do have a crafting area where most crafting can take place. Next, what I want to go over is what your HUD or head-up display looks like. Now, in here in World v World, you get a couple of extra things. Notice that down in the bottom right, I have the orb bonus. Depending on how many orbs your server controls is going to change what bonuses you get and level of bonus you get. Above that is determined. What that does is it blocks you from taking damage at that current time because you're actually in your spawn, so you can't take damage in your spawn. Above that is siege development block. That'll show you when you are and are not allowed to put down siege. Siege I'll go over later in a little while. All the way at the top, you'll see the graph. See it in red, blue, and green. That is the color of the pie graph that you see again when you saw the window, the World v World bonus and stats window. That's the same graph from there. It's just put on the top of your screen. Also below that is supply. This is very important. Supply is required to build anything and or repair things in World v World. Right here it shows that currently I'm holding 10 supply. You can get upgrades where you can get up to 15 or more supply, but right now I currently have 10. Next to that is the points timer. I'm not going to get into the point timer, the server points right now too much, but that's what they are, and that's where they're located in your HUD. Okay. Lastly, I want to talk about Siege. Siege equipment can be picked up from a vendor or as a drop inside of World v World. Okay, there's 6 different types of Siege. There's flame ram, arrow cart, ballista, catapult, trebuchet, and siege golem. Now, all of these can be upgraded again inside of using the Mystic Forge that's inside of World v World or in Lion's Arch, but I don't want to get into that. That's more advanced. These also can be bought using badges of honor, and badges of honor are picked up throughout World v World, whether it be as a drop after a kill or inside of a jumping puzzle through a chest, which is where you could also get blueprints for siege equipment. After you get the siege equipment, enter your inventory looking much as the icon you see here. In order to then deploy it, what you need to do is double click it. It'll change the skills on your skill bar. The 1 skill will allow you to place it down somewhere, and the 2 skill will put it back in your inventory. Okay? Okay, those are the basics to World v World. Again, this is the World v World map, and you have to remember in World v World that each battlefield is about the same equivalent size as one area of your map. So the Borderlands are about the same size as Queensdale. So to give you a perspective how big they are and how much you are going to have to travel on the map. So you really want to try not to die, and if you do die, you want to die with your group so that someone can res you. Alright, this is Killer Squirrel from thegamingstandard.com, and this is World v World Basics for Guild Wars 2. If you have any questions, please go to our forums, www.thegamingstandard.com, and post up any questions you may have. Or you can whisper me in game. My name is A Natural Squirrel. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.